Today in Luther's Kitchen, we're making pineapple upside down cake. We're beginning with a 8 by 8 inch glass baking dish, which allows us to melt the butter in the microwave. So we want all the butter melted. You could melt the butter separately if you're using a metal pan, or you could do it in a small pot over the stove. We're taking some organic maraschino cherries, and we're destemming them and cutting them in half and getting that prepped for the top. And now onto the melted butter, we're going to sprinkle 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Traditional pictures of pineapple upside down cake always show the pineapple rings, like canned pineapple rings, but we didn't have rings, we had chunks. So we're making a ring of pineapple chunks, and it looks just as fine. So if you don't have pineapple rings, but you've got crushed or chunked pineapple, why not use that? So you want to arrange those on top of the sugar butter mixture, and you want to place the maraschino cherries in the center. All right, we're going to set that aside so we can begin our cake batter. So in the bowl of an electric stand mixer with paddle attachment, we're going to cream together our sugar and butter. So I've got 5 tablespoons of softened unsalted butter, and to that I'm going to add 2/3 cup of granulated sugar and just get that nice, light, white, and fluffy. It's going to take about 4 to 5 minutes. In a separate bowl, we want to combine all-purpose flour, so we're using 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. And we're just using a whisk to get all that incorporated. Now I'm cracking 1 large egg into the butter sugar mixture. And once all the egg has been well incorporated, it's important that you stop the machine and scrape down the side of the bowl. Now we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract and just mix that to combine. Now it's time to add our flour mixture. So I'm scraping down the side of the bowl before adding half of the flour mixture, and then I'm going to mix that on low until most of the flour has been absorbed. Then I'm going to add half of the milk mixture, which is just milk, 2/3 cup. So I'm adding half of the milk, and then when that's incorporated, I'm going to add the rest of the flour, followed by the rest of the milk. And it's important that you stop and scrape and you don't overmix. This would be the perfect time to get your oven preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to want to bake this in the center of the oven in the middle rack. So I'm just going to carefully place the batter on top of all of those pineapple chunks, and I'm going to use an offset spatula to get all the batter on evenly. This is going to take about 40 minutes to bake, and you'll know it's done when you insert a toothpick in the center and it comes out clean or with little crumbs around it. Then you want to let this fully cool before you attempt to release it from the pan. And I'm using a paring knife and I'm rolling it around the outside of the cake. And then I'm going to get a square plate or serving platter, and I'm going to invert the cake onto that square plate. And again, the cake needs to be really cool at this time to try to pry it out, and so you don't burn yourself. And if all goes well, it pops out beautifully. And when you're done, you should have a gorgeous pineapple upside down cake, which only gets better with a scoop of vanilla ice cream or whipped cream. For this recipe and more, visit myclasscancook.com.